Hi everyone, so I'm going to talk about my material, which is the hair. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the interactions of light with hair. So when light hits hair, it doesn't only go on top of the surface, but it also goes inside the hair fiber and it goes out again. So during this process, there are three components of light that we can see. The first one is what we call the shine band. So this is the pure reflection of the incident light on the hair. So the color is determined by the color of the light, and the width is determined by the surface of the hair, as well as the angle of incident light. The second one is what we call the chroma band. The chroma band is the result of incident light refracted into the hair fiber, and then it reflects back onto the surface and reveals the color of the hair fiber. So the color of the chroma band is determined by the color of the hair, and the width is always wider than the shine band. The third one is what we call the diffuse light. The diffuse light is the result of light refracted into the hair fiber and then scattered by the pigments inside the hair fiber. That is why diffuse light is really dim. So we can see the diffuse light acting as a background underneath all the reflections. So the color of the diffuse light is the color of the hair before it's lit. So the hair is the most shiny when the fiber goes along the same direction. That is why straight hair has the most shine, while curly hair has a dull and matte appearance. Black hair is the shiniest because of the higher contrast between the shine band and the diffuse light, while blonde hair has the least shine. So next one, I'm going to talk about some bad examples of hair drawing. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is what we call the mop effect. This happens when artists draw the hair strand by strand instead of looking at the big shapes. Not only that, this flattens the image, this also makes the drawing looks really unrealistic and also makes the hair too distracting. The second one is too much repetition in shape, as we can see on this drawing over here. It makes the hair looks really unnatural because of lack of smaller shapes. And the third one, another common mistake is when the artist is trying to separate the hair with the background by drawing a bold, thick line around the hair, which again flattens the image. So some good solutions for these mistakes. The first one is to approach the hair as if it's like a ribbon. So just like the ribbon, the shine goes across the axis and not along the fiber. And it's really important to break down the hair into a smaller locks, and also each lock has a shadow area, halftone area, and also highlight area. And it's important to establish that basic shape first before putting texture on top of it. A good example is a painting by Leyendecker, and as you can see, he put in the big shape for the shadow side while putting smaller shapes for the highlights, and of course the highlight goes across the hair fibers. So instead of the second example is paintings by Tom Lovell. So instead of drawing big thick lines to separate the hair and the background, he put really soft gradation and soft edges along the outer hair to make a really realistic effect. And also he did a really good effect on combining the hair with the face by putting a really soft gradation over here. And lastly is a sketch drawing by Loomis. So what he did first is, after he drew the shape of the head, he would draw the overall shape of the hair and then establishing the shadow shapes of the hair, and then lastly putting highlights on instead of drawing the hair strand by strand. So that's it for the presentation. I hope that would be somehow useful.